This is my grandma, Cao Bien. She'll be talking about her life in Vietnam from 1930 until she came here in 1993. She'll mostly be talking about her father, who was a member of the Vietnamese Nationalist Party in the 1940s, and they fought against the French, and she can go into more detail about that.
Đã về làm việc 8 tuổi về làm rồi.
I grew up in the countryside, and my whole life I had to work. But starting at 8, I had to work. I had to go to school and work in the fields to take care of the family. Yeah.
Bà ngoại thì nuôi 3 đứa con vất vả.
My mom raised 3 kids without my dad because he was in prison.
Nghe ông ngoại đi.
Kể ông ngoại, hỏi ông ngoại đi.
Nói chuyện
ông ngoại.
Okay.
Bố mẹ đi. Đi tối con em. Con đảo. 8 năm mới đi.
My father was in prison at Gom Sum for 8 years. I didn't meet him until I was 8 years old.
Cho nên đi có trường Pháp. Ông mày chưa học, ông vào đại trường Pháp.
Rồi, chưa, con dịch đi.
Well, before he went to prison, he went to Hanoi University, and he studied with Viens Cao, who is the leader of the Vietnamese Nationalist Party.
Học cùng lớp mà cùng bàn với nhau. Hai người cùng bàn với nhau ở.
They sat in the same table, in the same class.
Đảng Việt Nam có trận đảng. Ông ấy rủ ngoại vào đảng, ông ngoại vào đảng, Việt Nam có trận đảng.
They were friends before the Vietnamese Nationalist Party came into existence. Viens Cao, the leader, asked her dad to join him to fight against the French, who were collecting heavy taxes, and the civilians didn't have money to pay it, so they starved. They starved to death. Okay.
Không thành công để nó vẫn nước ngoài.
In 1930, in one of the battles in Yên Bái, next to Hanoi, they were fighting against the French, but they lost. The French arrested the leaders of the Nationalist Party, and were going to execute 60 of the members and officials. Her dad was one of them. Her dad managed to escape with the help of his dad. His dad helped serve in the French army in the World War I against the Germans. So he filed paperwork to excuse her dad from being executed. So instead, he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. The French ended up executing 12 of the leaders of the Nationalist Party, and her dad's friend, the leader, Viens Cao, was one of them. There's a story of her dad when he was in prison. They would only let him eat ram, which was rotten fish for his meal, and he couldn't stand it. So he managed to somehow meet with the official of Indochina, like the whole Indochina area at that time, and he said, I'm in prison because I love my country, not because I'm a thief, a murderer, or anything else. You look at me like I'm nothing, but I only love my country like you love yours. Can you give me something better to eat? I guess he was able to convince the official to give him better food for him and his fellow prisoners. So after that, they were given meat, fish, and better food to eat.
Pháp nó thua Nhật nữa
About
mà.
năm nào.
Anh ấy bắt ngày năm sau được 1 năm.
After 1 year after he was released, he was rearrested by the French. He wasn't released again until 1945 when the French lost to the Japanese in World War II.
Hà Nội, số nhà 18 học vô thứ gần ở Đông Hà Nội.
He moved the family from the countryside to Hanoi to live in the city after he was released.
Nó mà đi lên mà đi lên rách bụng là nó mới gan đầy phố đầy đường.
There she saw the Japanese military in Hanoi, but when the Japanese lost to Americans in August 18th, 1945, she saw them commit suicide by dragging a knife down their whole torso, and their organs spilled out, and she saw all of that on the streets. The Japanese weren't any better than the French. They forced the civilians to grow.
Trong này làm bao cát thì trong bom đạn Pháp của Mỹ. Nhật nó làm cái này trong bom đạn của Mỹ.
Của Mỹ, đúng rồi.
Bắt làm gì?
Nó làm cái sợi dây này dài lắm.
Làm
Trồng
bao cát
đầy.
đó con. Trồng đầy là bao cát.
Trồng cái đầy.
They forced the civilians to grow a certain kind of tree that was used as a bag made into a bag to defend against the American bombs. Because of that, the civilians couldn't grow the rice. 2 million people starved to death under the Japanese.